William J. Timmons here. Now, with Robert Zemeckis' new Pinocchio film out this week, I I just did my review for the 1940s Pinocchio film. You can find that on my page. Zemeckis' Pinocchio is not the first time Pinocchio got turned to live action. Obviously, most notably, the Roberto Benigni one, which I'm not even gonna talk about. Oh god, that movie sucks. But the most memorable Pinocchio live action film to date is the 1997 family film The Adventures of Pinocchio. Now, this film, of course, was released on September 30th, 1997, starring Jonathan Taylor Thomas, who obviously at the time was pretty much the most popular kid actors of at the time. He was like he was of course a teen hot job back in the 90s. He did obviously the Tim Allen TV show Home Improvement. He also did uh not show the movie Man of the House with I believe Trevor Chase was in that one. So there's that. He also obviously voiced young Simba in The Lion King. So he's done some really cool stuff at the time. I mean, he doesn't really do anything anymore, which is always a shame because John Taylor Thomas was everywhere back in the 90s and early 2000s. But yeah, what the heck ever happened to John Taylor Thomas? I mean, anyway, now he also did star Martin Landau as Geppetto, who of course is a woodcarver who creates Pinocchio. You do get the fairy who brings up Pinocchio alive. So it's really similar to the original Disney tale. I don't think this was released by. Uh, no, it was actually released by New Line. So I always thought it was like Disney, which lots of people would be like, hey, um how could they do a Pinocchio film by not Disney? For just letting you know, just like Winnie Pooh most recent, which by the way, I kid you not, there is a horror Pinocchio movie out there. I'm just saying that right now. I'll probably talk about that down the line, but there is literally a slasher Pinocchio film. Yeah, but anyway, just like Winnie the Pooh, just like even Snow White, Dora, even Cinderella, Pinocchio is public domain, meaning anyone could do a Pinocchio film that's only based on the source material. Like if that's only literally adapted from the book. So meaning if there's like anything that was in the animated Disney film version, they cannot use because that was not part of the book. So take that for granted. So anyway, Adventures of Pinocchio is does not really get much love as it should have. It only has like a percent, which cool I guess. Uh, I'm sorry. Adventures of Pinocchio is awesome. The sequel though is not. Adventures of Pinocchio, I always defend. This movie is always so fun. Marlon Landau, obviously a living legend. He was always so great as Geppetto. You of course have BB Newer also pop up in this. You even have Rob Schneider who plays like the fox here. So uh, yeah, I mean Rob Schneider in this is always so odd. Now obviously this is very different to the original animation because this is more based on the book than the original animated film. So unlike the Robert Zemeckis film, which does not take any inspiration, this is actually more inspired by the book rather than the Disney film. Of course, you do end up getting the character Pepe, who is actually a talking cricket. Instead, obviously, Jiminy was not really. If you guys don't know, the cricket in the original Pinocchio story was not named Jiminy Cricket. Like I don't even think there was a cricket, matter of fact. So that's hence why they can't use Jiminy Cricket instead. They could still use a cricket, just can't name it Jiminy. So of course the character is named Pepe, voiced by David Doyle. I mean, this definitely has like is very entertaining around. So of course you do get the character of a Lampwing who pretty much is a little bit of a bully more than the original Lampwick in the Disney film. So that's something there. But yeah, I mean, Say what you will, this movie is much better than the Urban one. Like, if you want to see a bad Pinocchio film, just go check out the Urban one. Who remembers that one? Yeah. Oh god, that movie stuck. Of course, this movie was directed by Stephen Barron, who's more known for directing music videos for songs like Billie Jean by Michael Jackson, uh, Summer of '69, and Run to You by Brian Adams. So at the time, he was more known as a music video director. So he, of course, had directed some films as well. Just majority of his stuff was mostly music videos. But I mean, he was like a producer on While You Were Sleeping though, so there's that. And he also did direct his other directing credits also includes 1990s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He did Coneheads, Rat. So he had a really cool interesting resume with us. But I thought he did a really cool job with this. The effects I thought was really cool. Obviously, it's not as outdated as they are now, but the effects was really decent. It was it's not a great movie. I will admit that. It's not like one of the best movies of the '90s, nothing like that. But it is a really fun film worth checking out. And yeah, if you guys have never really seen The Adventures of Pinocchio, do yourself a favor, go watch it. You might enjoy it, or you may not enjoy it. I mean, this is actually a childhood favorite of mine. I mean, I remember watching. I used to own this thing on VHS at the time, and I used to had a fun time watching this thing as a kid. So definitely give this one a go if you guys haven't seen it. Anyway, and of course the movie did got released all the way back in 1997, only made about 50.1 million. They did do a sequel, which the sequel for Adventure Pinocchio was not all that great. Yeah, that was pretty terrible. But this one is. Anyway, let me lead you guys. Have you ever seen The Adventures of Pinocchio? If so, what show? Are we a fan? Are we not a fan of it? Favorite scenes, favorite moments? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simon signing off.